Okay, this is Commonwealth Bank, CBA, and we'll just zoom into the last year's action here. And what I've marked off here is the ultra high volume bar here, and it's the highest volume, looks like, in the history of the stock, except for down here at these lows here. But it's pretty impressive there. So that's actually influenced price all through here, and that it's acted as a zone of distribution. Whenever prices try to come through here, it's knocked it back down, and you can see the price pulling up every time it's come in. You see the weak bars coming in, your no demand bars, where like there, where it's tried to go up on very low volume, and it's just not going to get through there on that sort of volume. So, and I've also marked off the second highest bar, which is just below it there, as a zone to look out for. And I suppose the thing to point out is that we are now at the moment broken down below those areas, and we've actually come back tested and we're starting to make lower highs. We've also made a lower low there, making lower lows as well. So we are in a definite downtrend, in case anyone hadn't noticed, which isn't good. If you only know how to trade long, then which is probably a lot of people, then it's not good at all. If you know how to trade short, then you got opportunities to the downside, making money on the downside. But anyway, so we're broken below this area now, and I'll just zoom in on the last couple of pivots here, and we can see how prices will smash down on ultra high volume on this bar here. And that's when we see ultra high volume, that's telling us that smart money are in there. And whenever they're in there, they normally buy on down bars and sell on up bars. So when we see a high volume down bar, we're automatically suspicious that perhaps there's buying in the bottom of that bar, and that's confirmed by price going up. If that was all selling, then how could the price go up the next bar? So they were supporting the market down here, and that's shifted, that volume shifted the stock up, and it's come up to this. I've put this downtrending pitchfork in, and it's actually come up and just missed this upper tine here. And so you could have considered taking your short trades near the upper tine of your pitchfork. But a better place probably to take a short trade would have been, if we just zoom in here, where it's retraced up on this ultra low volume, it's the lowest volume in 3 bars, and it's narrowish spread. The close is in the middle, and it's trying to go up past one of our key resistance areas on that volume. It just can't happen. It just can't do that, and that would have been a very good place to short the stock there. They could either have done put options or CFDs. Probably if you're doing it daily on the longer term, probably options is probably a good option, no pun intended, because these things, the only problem with being short with CFDs overnight is that price tends to gap either way, and you can get taken out quite easily. So, but anyway, that's a different subject, how you short those. But anyway, it's gone up an ultra low volume, so you could have shorted there, and it's come down now. So you can see how price responds to this ultra high volume here, and we would have actually had a bit of warning on this bar. This is an ultra high volume up bar, and it's where supply started coming in, and it's pushed through, but it just hasn't. There's been no interest in the upside. But on this second low here, on this no demand, that's you could have shorted there, no problem. It's come down now into our support zone here, And the interesting thing is it's supporting. There's volume coming in here, but we don't see anything like these volume bars, you know, where there's some enthusiasm shown at the bottom low prices here. But anyway, it's still come down on low volume and then stopped all of a sudden here. It's gone right down into fresh new ground and closed high. So there's evidence of a bit of buying coming in there. It's trying to support at this area. I'll go to the intraday and just see what's happened. Okay, where's the beginning of the day? So we've started the day and it's sort of dribbled along. We had ultra high volume down bar closing high, so there's a bit of buying there that's kicked it back up, but it's fallen below there during the day and there's not been a lot happening. You probably could have taken some short trades as it's tried to get back up into that area, but it wouldn't really have been worth too much. But come the end of the day, we've had this sharp move down and then ultra high volume coming on these narrow spread down bars, and that's buying coming in there. Otherwise, how could it close off the low, and how could price then go up? So there's buying coming in. I've marked it off there, and I've marked this ultra high volume bar here, the close on the high. And once it's cleared that high, then we can start considering an entry. And what we're looking for is this. And that's a really low volume bar, the lowest in 3 bars, coming back into that area, testing that area. So that's a test. And the test is successful because it's testing for supply and it's not finding any supply. If there's no supply, price has to go up. So, and that's confirmed by the next bar closing higher. And you could have taken a long trade there, and that would have actually given you a nice trade for the day. So there was buying, looks like, coming in at the obviously coming in at the end of the day. And that's what's given us our on the daily, where it's closed high. So we'll just see what happens. On the daily chart, we don't go ahead and buy these. We wait to see the sort of pattern we see there on the intraday. We'd like to see that happening on the daily. So I suppose some people do take those trades, so long, but we'll just see if this moves it up. But I'm suspicious now that we're in this downtrend. If it comes back up towards this upper tine and these key resistance areas here, you see one of these no demand bars and up thrusts, no demand bars, then you're looking at you'd be very wary of being long there, and you'd be considering your short trades again. So anyway, that's something to watch out for. So it'd be interesting to see what it does on Monday. So the only thing I would have liked, if this had been on really low volume, it would have been a stronger bar, or on very high volume it would have been a stronger bar. But it's neither high nor low. But it's closed on its, and the down move stopped in its track there. So it closed on its high and it's widespread. So it's at a support zone. So we can very well see a bounce up from there. But so I suppose you could start looking to scalp long going up, but we'd have to just wait for that to be tested and see what happens. But the area to look out for is these resistance areas up here at the 51 and towards the upper tine of this pitchfork. If you get weak bars appearing up there, then they're good places to short the market. Anyway, that's Commonwealth Bank. This next one is ANZ, and it's a little bit messy because I've just charted it recently and posted it, so it's got all my writing all over it. But anyway, with ANZ, we'll do the same thing. We've taken the biggest volume bar on the chart. There is actually one bigger. I'll show you where that is, not to scare anyone, but apart from that bar, the next one's down here at 15 bucks, so hopefully it never gets there again. But anyway, but apart from that, that's our biggest volume bar there. And see how it's a down bar, and that price is closed lower, but it's closed well off its low. It's ultra high volume. And that's shifted up. We've had a breakout. We had a big shakeout there since then. That looks like the Japan. Is that the Japan? No, that's not Japan. That's last year. But anyway, looks like there was a shakeout there that's shifted the market. But anyway, it's acted as support and resistance line, support and resistance, and to the price. And the price now it's come around that area again. Has had a response to it, and it sort of looks a bit similar to Commonwealth Bank, doesn't it? You've got the same looking downtrending pitchfork there. You've got got a really nice head and shoulders there. Look at that. It doesn't look too pretty, don't you? Doesn't it? It's but that's a big head and shoulders. But anyway. That doesn't mean I think it's going to go down to there, project down to there, but you never know. But you never know. It's not that far away, is it? At the moment, it's not that far away. And I'll just draw it in just to frighten you. I did say this was going to be a horror show, so this is the horror part. You want to repeat that range down to there. But anyway. Down to the $19, slow 19s, but that's that would be a bit of scaremongering. But you never know with these things. You just never know. What you think is not possible ends up being possible later on in hindsight. But anyway, we can see price has responded to our key resistance levels here. We've had a support here come in, and we've seen all this volume come in as it's on its way down, and it looks like it's tried to well, it has tried to support there, but then you've got weakness coming. You've got this upthrust, and that's a narrow spread up bar, and it's a no demand bar, even though it's pretty still, the volume's still pretty high. But either way, it's a weak bar on top of that line, and that would have actually been somewhere you'd think about because you're in the downtrend already. You probably could have gone short there. But anyway, it's come down to the bottom of this line, and it's struggled. It's supported there initially, but it's struggled since. It's actually tracked this. It's gone past that key resistance level and gone down to the median line of the pitchfork. So the price has gone somewhere that makes sense. But I think what was significant is that it's struggling to hold this key resistance line from this bar here, and then it was struggling to meet the target struggling to hold support, and was struggling to meet the target resistance, and you can see the exact same. We've got the exact same short setup as you had on Commonwealth Bank. I'll zoom back in there so you get a bit closer look. After it's gone up, it's started coming down. It's had it bounce off your resistance line, and then it's tried to go up on really low volume, narrow spread, closing in the middle, and you could short there and get a short trade in there. That would have been a really good spot to go short. But anyway, it's gone through and it's tried to support here. Well, it hasn't really. I mean, the volume's nothing special here. It's not like these spikes last time when it's come down. Look, it came down here on really high volume, and that actually all that volume came in. A lot of that volume came in the first the first minute and dwarfed everything else, and that sort of, it stayed down for a bit, but it did shift the price up a bit, but it hasn't, you know, it hasn't gone very far, and now it's broken that. The fact that it's broken that level now has come significant to the we're now looking for short trades basically. I drew this little channel, uptrending channel here, because it's whipsawing about through that area, and you can see they're buying it, they're selling it, they're buying and selling, but overall you have to conclude that they're mostly selling it, and it did look like it was struggling anyway within that channel. Basically they do that to hold up the price while they keep distributing, and then buy, sell, but they're selling more than they're buying, and then bang, down she goes. You could put a couple of, if we zoom in, I'm going to put a couple of, zoom back in there, sorry. I've got a couple of repeating ranges there. We got that one there, and that sort of repeated there, so maybe that might pull up there. The bars are starting to close in the middle, but you do have another one which is, that tends to repeat, and that's that one. There's that one there, so that would take you sort of down to the median line at least. What I'm looking for is any climactic volume like we had a bit here, that you know, any sign that they might be trying to take this back up, and it's not really there. They're sort of ordinary looking bars, the price is going down, there's no enthusiasm stepping in to buy that, but the closers are closing in the middle, so there is a little bit of buying there, but it's broken that last low there, and it looks like it's, I'll just draw, it looks like it's actually sitting right there from that last pivot there, so it might find some support there maybe, but there's another one right there, that big shakeout bar, the bottom of that's around the 20 bucks, just under the 20 bucks there. That would actually, hang on, so there is a support line right below it at the moment, or right on it. So maybe, but there's nothing to say they're buying. There's nothing here telling me that they're buying that support line, other than that the price is. I mean, it's not a widespread, but it's not really compressing either, going down. But they are closing off. It is closing off the low. So it looks like it's trying to support, but it doesn't look like this volume coming in where they're coming in to hold up the price. So so you'd just be hoping that that'll support there, but there's a good chance it'll come down to this median line at least, towards the 20 bucks. But again, there was your good short trade, that bar there going up, narrow spread bar going up. Hang on, I'll get a better look at this. After it's come off resistance, it's tried to go up on really low volume there, so there was a short trade. So any weak bar now coming up into this area similar to that, or up thrust, any sort of no demand bars, which are narrow spread bars, up bars on really low volume, these are your shorting opportunities now, because you have broken your most significant support levels, have been broken now, and so you would be looking at, if you see any weakness coming in on the underside of these previous support, now resistance levels, that would be the times you look for your short trades, I suppose, until it starts testing and making some higher lows and higher highs. But anyway, it doesn't look too crash hot. So that's what I was meaning on the forum when I said, is that accumulation or redistribution? I think, well, there's accumulating distribution, accumulation distribution, but it's more distributed. They're selling it more than they're buying it, because otherwise the price wouldn't be breaking down below that area. It wouldn't have broken down like that. There's more selling than buying going on in there. And unfortunately, if you're long, that's just what it looks like, doesn't it? But anyway, that's ANZ.